guys, I'm Aveline. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So, it's been a long time coming. I've talked about this for quite a while by now. The last time I did an update, which was actually not an update because it was the release of my not finished save file, was in January, at the start of January. And then I planned on releasing them running like after every single pack that we got. However, I never stick to my plans. So, I'm releasing the next version of my save file today though, because Star Wars is coming out in next week, I think, in a week or something. Not Tuesday in this upcoming week, but the next Tuesday. And for those of you who are not interested in getting that pack, I wanted there to be a version of the save file available to you. Because I know that pack doesn't appeal to everyone. Personally, I'm gonna have it in my game just because I need every single pack. That's basically that's basically it. But for those of you who are not interested in Star Wars and who doesn't need every single pack and don't want to spend your money on it just to have it, I wanted to make sure that you had a version of the save file as well. So since January, I've not been working on it like non-stop every single month, but I have added a few households that I'm going to show you guys. And of course, since Eco Lifestyle also came out in May, I think, or June, we also got Evergreen Harbor that I've also worked on. I've gotten every single build done except from the community spaces and also one other build that I'll show you guys in just a little bit. But other than that, like, they're all done and you'll see that in just a little bit. So this is not what my save file icon is going to look like. It'll have Faye in the icon basically because Faye is actually in the save file, but I've built a new house for the Tinker family in Evergreen Harbor. So they're the icon right now, just so you know. But usually it should be Faye. So if you're having issues like locating my save file in your games, Faye should be there in a pink dress looking all kinds of cute. And yeah, anyways. So I'm gonna go through Evergreen Harbor first because I definitely feel like since the last version, this is where the most has happened. Especially considering the last version, like we didn't even have Evergreen Harbor. So I've decided, I kind of have to sneeze, but I'm gonna do my best to ignore it. I've decided to, what's it called? Evict the Harris family, I think they're called. Now you can put them in this house if you want to. I'm not sure they can fit here, but you can always have the household here and they'll figure it out. Like when you're not playing with them, they'll figure it out amongst themselves. They can still be in the save file if you really want them to be, but they're supposed to live on this lot that I'm going to show you now. Or this is where they live normally. I just bulldozed their house and decided to build something else. As you do. We're having awfully long loading times today, that's great. So on this lot, I decided to place my underground eco-friendly home instead because I felt like it fit Evergreen Harbor really well, and I love how the house turned out too. But again, it's not built for the Harris family. However, they do have space enough for all of them, I think. I don't actually remember how many Sims are in that family, but I know that they're one teen, a pair of parents, and also a kid. Are they more than that? I'm not really sure. The families in my save file are also completely messed up, by the way, because they keep having children with each other and stuff. Like, they're much larger than they're supposed to be. I have MCCC turned on and it just goes a little bit crazy. But this is what the house looks like from above. I think these would be quite fun to play with, the underground houses. So yeah, there is one of them in the save file now. Then we also have the Eco Tiny House community, which was the first build that I did with early access, actually. Not alpha access, but early access. And it's this one. It was really well received, so I figured I had to make room for it in the save file as well. So you can have either 3 different roommates, or I think there's room for a couple in this one, so you can have your own 4 Sims living on this lot if you want to. But you could also just have like 1 Sim living here and then, you know, the other 2 are for roommates or something like that. That is possible as well, but I really liked how the lot turned out, so I wanted it to be in the save file. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna show you everything that I've done. Like this one, I'm not showing you that, but let's have a look at, we might have to have a look at that one because that's not actually up on the channel yet, I don't think. I'm not sure in which order I'm doing these videos because I'm not actually home right now, just so you know. Either this video goes up before the build build or the build goes up before the video. I'm not really sure. Or you've seen it on the gallery already, maybe, if you follow me on there. But this is the same kind of deal as with the tiny house community. You can either have one couple living here or a single, and then you have roommates, or you could have a total of 3 Sims living here or 6 Sims. So you kind of decide the household yourself. However, I like how this house turned out as well, or how houses, I'm not really sure, construction or something. So I had to include it in the save file as well. I think it fits in, even though right now, you know, it kind of does stand out a little bit, but with the whole eco theme, I like it, so. And then for the new house that I haven't shown you guys yet, this is where the Tinker family lives, and I know that it doesn't necessarily fit them perfectly, but it was actually built for them. So it's heavily inspired by a picture that I saw on Pinterest, but I love how the house turned out, and they have basically like, you know, self-made furniture here and there. They have sort of like a, what do you call this, like a workspace set up in the garage as well, so they can make candles and also make candles on this one, and also fizzy drinks over here. I know this is out of place because there is no sunlight in this garage, but there's also a planter in there. And then I've also set it up so that they can have another kid. So they have the children's room over here, but there's also a tiny human room right here. And yeah, I just really like how this house turned out. I feel like if you upgrade this neighborhood, it'll turn out like, it'll stop moving camera, chill. It'll fit the neighborhood perfectly. So yeah, that's kind of what I went for. And I hope you guys like it. There are some issues with some of my, wait, what? I'll have to fix that before uploading this. Some of my glass inserts disappeared. I'm not okay with that. I'll fix it, don't worry about it. And then the last house in Evergreen Harbor that I want to show you is this one where the Sterling Rico, I don't know, where they live, which is on the lot where the, what do they call that? The old mill? Is that what they called it? Something like that, I think. That's where that lot is, and I first decided that I wanted to do a renovation of that lot, but on second thought, I was like, no, because the roofing is insane on that house. Like, it's just cannot keep up with whatever's going on it, so I just decided no. So instead, I put in this roommates build, I think. I called it something like that. So this is where they live. Again, they can have, like, I think they're a couple. So you can split them up and they can either live like apart in both of the houses, or you could have someone move in as well. I don't know why there's an extra. What is that? I did not place this here. What the heck? Wait, where did that come from? It's just like randomly a birdhouse in front of. What? What is going on in my save file right now? I did not place that there. Is everything else okay? Because now I'm confused. Everything else is fine. Yeah, the clutter is fine. Like, what's that doing there? I don't know. Bye. Okay, anyways. It's not a mailbox or anything like that. It's just kind of, well, that was weird. But yeah. This is what their house looks like. So it's a little bit fancy compared to the rest of the industrial area here, but I like how it looks and I thought I would place it there. It's also difficult because all these houses, something important to keep in mind is all these houses and also the apartments are kind of built with, I've updated the apartments so they fit with the windows, by the way, don't worry, like because usually I build them in the upgraded apartments, but I've gone back and renovated them so they fit the non-upgraded apartments, just so you know. But that's the thing, like if you download the save file and you change everything, so maybe you want this area to be industrial, but you want this one to be more green, like my houses wouldn't necessarily fit your style. So you kind of have to decide for yourself, is that something that's important to you? Because then you're gonna have to change the houses anyways. Am I making sense right now? Because most of the houses that I built, except from the stacked containers right here, were actually more green, because I just like that, as you guys may know, because I'm a plant freak. So anyways, but yeah, that's something to keep in mind when it comes to Evergreen Harbor. Then we have a few updates, I think. Windenburg. I've added the Barnards. Is that how you call it? Did they get a description? Not yet. But there's a family living in this house now as well. And I also put down the celebrity tiny house that I built last week. I think that one is on the island now. because I love how it looked on the island. I feel like it also stands out a little bit compared to the other houses, which is something that I feel actually fits it, because if it's a celebrity's house, then they probably bought the lot and then built something on it, which means that it's newer, and I just feel like that makes sense. So in case you didn't watch that speed build, this is what the house looks like. It has a really nice view over the ocean, and I think it's pretty much ready for someone to just move into it. So maybe you have a sim ready already that you just feel like would fit this house, and they can pretty much just move into it. So yeah, but basically it's right here on the tip of the island. I also moved the Björksons into another house actually. So they live in the rustic coastal family home that I did like ages ago. I'm sometimes impressed that I can remember the names of all my houses, but they live in this house right now. Just so you know, I'm still like set on moving in a grandma over here somewhere. I just need to figure out exactly what her background story is before I do, because I have a tendency to actually place down households and then I don't give them a background story because they're already there. So it'll take a little bit like before we get to it. However, speaking of background stories, the opposite teens now have one. I'm not gonna read it out loud, but they do have a background story. So if you're interested in that, there is one for them. Nothing for the opposites attract. And then since we're already in San Myshuno, I moved in, well, I gave her a little bit of a makeover, Dina Caliente, but she lives in this apartment along with 3 friends now. And this is the apartment that's sort of like for creative sims as well. So you have a painter, a musician, and I think a photographer as well. And there is also a writer in there. I don't remember which role I gave Dina, but I thought she fit into that household. Like she's kind of moved along from living with her mom and also her sister. So good for her. She lives with friends now in San Myshuno, living her best life. And then while we're still in San Myshuno, in case you didn't know, which I don't know why you would, but anyways, I built a Japanese tiny house a while ago by now, I think. And it's where what was this supposed to be like? Oh, what do you call that? A factory? The old factory, I think it's called something like that. It's a residential home by default, but I just decided to change it. Instead of giving it a makeover, I decided to build something completely new. But here's what it looks like. So it's the Japanese tiny house that I did a while back. The house next to it is not filled up, not yet, but it's ready for someone to move into it if you want to. I might go back at some point when I can find the time. I'm a very busy person, but once, like at some point when I can find the time, I'll make sure to, why was there no, what? I'll make sure to go back and furnish it so it's just ready for someone to move into it. But so far, this was the focus of this build anyways. So it's a Japanese tiny house, highly inspired by Japanese architecture. And yeah, I just decided to build this as kind of like decor next to it. There's a trek. What's it called? A trek. No, that's definitely not what it's called. It's like a mix of trailer and truck. I don't know what happened there, but there's a truck or lorry or whatever you want to call that next to it as well. So yeah, we have that here now. That wasn't there before, but now it's there. The karaoke bar is untouched because I have no idea what to do with it. I'm kind of scared by it, but you know. And then another thing that I also changed is that I took out the blue trailer that was placed on this lot and I changed it with the runaway teen tiny house, I think it's called. It kind of looks a little bit like a container build, but a lot of you guys actually like that house compared to the blue trailer. So I decided to add a little bit of variety to this build, or this section of Oasis Springs. I forgot what that world was called for a second. Things are going great today. I'm gonna blame the fact that it's like 27 degrees in my office and I have no breeze whatsoever and it's just really warm. But yeah, so this is what the area looks like. We have the trailer park over here and my tap button isn't working. Oh, because I updated the game. Okay. Well, there is a teen hangout over here as well. So they kind of go together. These two and these 3 go together as well. It's not supposed to be the best looking place to live. It's kind of, to me, the ugliest area in Oasis Springs. Not gonna lie. That's why I decided to put down these houses here, even though I don't feel like these trailers are necessarily ugly, other than Johnny Says trailer, which is a mess. But yeah, it's not supposed to be the prettiest area. So, and that's it for new builds. So a whole new world. It's a whole new world. But also a few like new builds here and there. I think I changed out some of the apartments in San Myshuno as well. And of course the apartments in Evergreen Harbor as well, before I forget to say that. Then there were a few things as well with some romantic relationships that apparently I'd forgotten to fix. But they're fixed now as well. I went through all the households that are already placed down before I did more updates to it and basically fixed their relationships because for some reason some of them hadn't carried over from CAS, or I just didn't fix the relationships in CAS because I'm forgetful. So that's fixed. And then of course I forgot her name, Katrina. Is that your name, woman? Katrina. Okay. Katrina Caliente lives by herself. Where did I put Nina? I actually don't remember. Nina, where are you at? Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, where does she live? I can't find her. Oh, she lives next to her mom. Okay. She doesn't want to fly too far away from her nest, so she lives next to her mom. But yeah, this is probably the most finished world of them all, to be honest. I'm still having issues with the community lots. If you have any ideas like what to do with the community lots, let me know. Maybe at some point when I feel brave enough to do renovations again, I'll probably take them on, but as for right now, it's not happening. So let me know if you have any ideas down below. But other than that, that's about it. Make sure to check the guidelines on how to install or how to download and install the save file down below in the description box. It's pretty simple. Actually, I would say it's very, very easy. And I'll make sure to also have a version of the old save file up on SimFileShare as well. If you're not interested in this one, if you'd rather stick to the old one, that's completely fine. Some notes is that I don't restrict myself when it comes to packs. So I've basically used a little bit of everything, excluding Star Wars, for the save file, just so you know. So if you don't have all the packs and you download this, you might be missing a few items here and there. That is how it is. I'm not planning on doing a base game save file currently, but I don't know, maybe in the future, if I have a lot of time and I just feel like suddenly building a ton of base game houses, that might happen. I don't know. And of course, I also want to point out that this save file is not fully finished. It will probably never be fully finished because I am not a completionist. I like projects and I'm really slow when it comes to like going through those projects. So this will probably always be a work in progress, but I'm personally okay with that because that means you guys get a lot of different versions of the save file. And yeah, if you want to swap out any of the houses, you can do that by going on the gallery, either download houses from me or from fellow creators as well. That is completely fine. You know, you can just customize it to your liking. That is completely fine. And in the future as well, I'll be adding a lot more households to the save file as well. So you can count on that. So anyways, that's about all I got for you guys today. I hope you like the save file as it is so far. I hope you're looking forward to more updates of it. Yes, of it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.